Hello math learners, welcome to the fourth part of our reviewer series in preparation for the Term 1 examination review for Mathematics 8. So in this video, we will be discussing questions 31 to 40. Now if you haven't watched questions 1 to 30, now please do check in our channel. And if you are new to the channel, please click that subscribe button and notification bell for you to be updated of these school cleared math videos just like this. So without further ado, let's do this. Question number 31. Simplify the quantity x squared minus 49 over x plus 7. Is it x squared minus 7? Is it x minus 7? Is it x minus 49? Or is it x plus 7? What do you think is the answer? Alright, my dear math learners, this question is very easy because if this one is factorized, alright, or you break this down into factors, this will be x minus 7 and x plus 7. And since you have a denominator of x plus 7, you cancel both the x plus 7, leaving you x minus 7. So that would be the second one. Let's check whether we are correct. Easy, right? Now let us go to the next question. For the sequence 5, 9, 13, 17, what is the formula of the nth term of this sequence? Is it a sub n is equal to 4n plus 3? Is it a sub n is equal to n squared plus 1? Is it a sub n is equal to 4n plus 1? Or is it a sub n is equal to 3n plus 5? What do you think is the answer? Okay, my dear math learners, in order for you to answer this immediately and efficiently, what you need to consider are the positions. So we have here the first, the second, the third, and the fourth. If you try the first, you change the n into 1, then you must result at 5. Okay, so if we try this one, 4 times 1, 4 plus 3. Is it 5? No, that is wrong. 1 squared. So this 1 squared plus 1. So 1 plus 1, that is 2. Is it 5? No. How about this one? 4 times 1, that is 4. 4 plus 1, that is 5. So we have already validated the first term. How about this one? 3 times 1, 3 plus 5, that is 8. So therefore, we already have our correct answer, which is the third option. Let's check whether we are correct. Easy, right? So now let us go to the next question. Point A, which is located at 4, 3, is given. Which points are 6 units horizontally from point A? Is it 10, 9, and negative 2, negative 3? Is it 6, 3, and 2, 3? Is it 4, 9, and 4, negative 3? Is it 10, 3, and negative 2, 3? What do you think is the answer? Okay, my dear math learners, if we are talking now about horizontally, then that means we are dealing with the line that is parallel to the x-axis. So we will be focusing on the x-axis. So we have here 6 units horizontally. So we move 6 units before 4 and 6 units after 4. So 4 plus 6, that would be 10. We have here 10 and 10. Alright. So for the 4, we go to the left side 6 units. So that would be negative 2. So we have negative 2 and negative 2. However, our 3 must remain. So therefore, this will be the correct answer. Letter or the fourth option. Let's check whether we are correct. Easy, right? So now let us go to the next question. What is the coordinate of the origin? Is it 0, 1? Is it 1, 1? Is it 1, 0? Or 0, 0? What do you think is the answer? Very easy, my dear math learners. Talking about the origin, it is the intersection of the x-axis and the y-axis. So therefore, that is 0, 0. Let's check. Easy, right? So now let us go to the next question. What is the expanded form of 3x plus 4 squared, or the quantity of 3x plus 4 squared? Is it 9x squared plus 12x plus 16? Is it 9x squared plus 16? Is it 9x squared plus 24x plus 16? Is it 3x squared plus 24x plus 16? What do you think is the answer? Okay, my dear math learners. So, expanded form is basically multiplying it to itself since we are talking about square here. So, 3x plus 4 times 3x plus 4. So, that would be 3 times 3. So, that is 9x squared. Okay, so this one. So, the fourth one is already wrong. So, we have here 9x squared. Now, for the last term, we have 4 times 4. That is 16. So, 16, 16, and 16. Now, remember that if you are multiplying two binomials, you are following the FOIL method. So, you will have outer and inner terms multiply to each other. So that would be 3 times 4 and then 4 times 3. So that is 24 because 3 times 4 is 12 and then 4 times 3 is 12. So 12 plus 12, that is 24. So that is the third option. Let's check whether we are correct. Easy, right? So now let us go to the next question. What is the common ratio of the geometric sequence? 162, 54, 18, 6, and so on. Is it 3? Is it 1/3? Is it negative 1/3? Or is it negative 3? 3. What do you think is the answer? Alright, my dear math learners, remember this in the common ratio. When the first term is multiplied with the common ratio, the result will be the second term. The second term multiplied by the common ratio, the result will be the third term, and so on. So, if you observe, we have here 162 followed by 54, then 18, then 6. So, it is decreasing. And remember, though it is decreasing, it is still the same value, meaning the same sign. They are all positive. So, therefore, negative common ratio is already out of the solution because when a positive is multiplied by a negative, the result will be a negative. So, this one and this one are wrong. Alright. Now, remember that if it is decreasing, then that would be a fraction. Okay. So, therefore, if we have here 3 and we have here 1/3, so 162 multiplied by 3, it will give you a bigger result, right? But if you multiply it to a fraction 1/3, then it will be going down. So therefore, the correct answer for this one would be the second option. Easy, right? So I hope you got that one. Now let us go to the next question. Given the points E, -4, 3, F, 5, -2, G, -6, -1, and H, 3, 4. Which statement is true? F is located in quadrant 4. H is located in quadrant 2. G is located in quadrant 2. Or E is located in quadrant 3. What do you think is the answer? Okay, let's check each of the statements. So F is located in quadrant 4F. So we have here, remember in quadrant 4, you have positive X, negative Y. So positive X, negative Y. So this is already correct. We have already validated the first option. So no need to validate the others. Easy, right? So I hope you got that one. Now let us go to the next question. A rectangular garden has an area represented by x squared plus 13x plus 40. Which expression represents its possible dimensions after factoring? Is it the quantity x plus 4 and the quantity x plus 10? Is it the quantity x minus 5 times the quantity x minus 8? Is it the quantity x plus 2 times the quantity x plus 20? Or is it the quantity x plus 5 times the quantity x plus 8? Alright, which among these four options? What do you think, my dear math learners? Alright, so what you can do here is very easy, my dear math learners. You just factor this one, the first term, so that would be x and x. Okay, so all of the choices have followed that one. Then you factor 40, since these are both positives, then we will be considering positive factors. So 40, what is the factors of 40? So that could be 4 and 10, check. -5, -8, that is wrong because we are dealing with positive values. Okay, so question 2 is out, or statement 2 is out. How about this one? 2 and 20, that is correct. Positive 5 and 8, that is also correct. Alright, so we only have first, third, and fourth. Now, how do you get this 13? So, those factors that you consider, when you add them, the resulting should be positive 13. So, 4 plus 10, okay, that is not 13. 2 plus 20, that is not 13. 5 plus 8, very good, that is 13. So, we have our final answer, which is the fourth one. Let's check whether we are correct. Easy, right? So, I hope you got that one, my dear math learners. Now, let us go to the next question. Point A, located at 6, 4 is given. Another point is 7 units vertically below point A. Which ordered pair represents the new point? Is it 6, -3? Is it 13, 4? Is it -1, 4? Or is it 6, 11? What do you think is the answer? Alright, my dear math learners, we are now talking about vertically. So, earlier we have already discussed, if it is vertically, then you are focusing on, very good, you are focusing on the y-axis. Alright, so y coordinate. So we have here 4, 7 units below. So you have 4 minus 7. Okay, so 4 minus 7, that would be -3. So 6, -3 is the correct answer. Let's check. Easy, right? So now let us go to the next question. Which description correctly represents a Cartesian coordinate plane? Is it is a plane used for graphing functions? Is it is used for plotting points in a plane? Is it is used to determine the location of a point? Or is it is composed of two perpendicular number lines that meet at the point of origin and divide the plane into 4 regions called quadrants? What do you think is the answer? Okay, so it is very obvious, my dear math learners, because the one that is being so well defined here is the fourth one. So let's check whether we are correct. Easy, right? So congratulations, my dear math learners, for finishing 4 parts of our reviewer series. One more to go and you are down. You are ready for the upcoming examination. So if you are enjoying this, please click the subscribe button and notification bell, as well as share this to your fellow friends, classmates, and schoolmates. Now, without further ado, let's go to the next video.